In 2007, we saw a need for our North Carolina military to be embraced when they came back home from Iraq and Afghanistan. It was at a time when the wars were becoming commonplace and people were starting to forget about our folks a little bit. And when you look at that and look at the huge concentration of North Carolina military that we have, there wasn't one organization that kind of took care of all those needs and made sure that they were being taken care of when they got back home. So when we started the North Carolina Heroes Fund, we had a focus on financial hardships and North Carolina ties. Our tagline is supporting our neighbors who defend our freedom, and that's really what we do. These military families are folks that are in our communities. They go to schools with our kids, they shop in our same grocery stores, they go to church where we go to church. These are our neighbors who put their lives on the line for our freedom. And we thought it was incredibly important to have an organization that is solely focused on them, their families, and helping them out with financial hardships.
As Executive Director for the North Carolina Heroes Fund, I'm the only paid staff member of the fund, and I work part-time, I work from my home. We're a very lean organization, and we do that on purpose because we want to make sure that 88 cents of every dollar goes directly towards our mission of helping these men and women from North Carolina, our North Carolina veterans. So we feel like that's key to help those folks and to be lean and to be responsible for every dollar that comes in. That's very important to us.
When I learned of the North Carolina Heroes Fund, I felt an immediate need to get involved because of the history of my family that's been in the military. My father was in World War II and was wounded and was awarded the Purple Heart. And I've come to learn about the plight of the veterans and how sometimes they just need just a very temporary, one-time financial assistance that provides them emotional and fiscal relief.
All my life, I've been in uniform, ever since I was 18. I was going from being armed security to law enforcement to military. An issue came up where, we had some money issues where, my wife wasn't working. Of course, she was in school at the time. And I was also in school, and we weren't receiving, the VA disability claims, at the time that we supposed to receive them. And I think we went about 6 months without having, the money and funds that were awarded to me. I was looking for organizations that were able to help. And there are not many out there in North Carolina that are willing, to get you over that gap. And that's pretty much what the Heroes Fund did for us. They got us over that gap. They came in and did everything, and that pretty much gave me and my wife a boost as far as us finding employment and securing good jobs.
When these men and women come back to their homes, to their families, they're trying to do the very best they can to be good husbands, good fathers, transition to civilian life. But their day-to-day struggles seem insurmountable for them. It's compounded by the financial hardships that they're facing because their VA benefits haven't kicked in, because they're struggling to find the right job that fits well with their current situation. And we're glad when we can be there to help them at least put the financial part to rest so they can focus on their families and getting their lives back together. We're very pleased that we can be nimble, we can be responsive, and we can make decisions quickly. And we just wish sometimes they would come to us even earlier because we could help them out even sooner. It's great when we can write that check to their mortgage company or to their landlord or to their power company to keep the lights on, to keep them in their houses, and really make a difference in their lives. Over the past several years, we are so fortunate to have support from so many areas throughout North Carolina, from our corporate sponsors of some of the biggest companies across the state, to our board of advisors, which has included the former chairman of the Joint Chiefs, former governors, and sitting members of Congress. We're so grateful to have the support from across all of the North Carolina because they know how important it is to support our military. When you give to the North Carolina Heroes Fund, you can be certain that your money is well spent and as much as possible is going to the actual families in need. They deserve everything we can do for them. They've fought so hard for us, they've served us so well. The very least that we can do is provide them that support. The support that we give them is sometimes the hardest for them to ask for. So that's what makes us unique. That's why we think donors should consider us. to know that their money's going to be well spent, know we're going to be good stewards of their donations, and know that it's getting into the hands of people who truly, truly deserve our support.